Hi, my name is Lizzie Acker. I'm a reporter with the Oregonian Oregon Live, and I'm here with Chris Burling. Chris, you're a meteorologist, is that correct?
That
The
is
National Weather
correct.
Service? Awesome. Well, we're here to discuss the possibility of snow. Is it possible?
Yes, it is definitely possible and even probable as we go into tonight, into Thursday, and lingering into Friday. The questions revolve around the timing of that precipitation and what type of precipitation it's going to be. But it does look likely that we are going to see winter precipitation of some sort across the area here over the next 24 to 48 hours.
Wow, so that's a probable if anyone's paying attention. That's we haven't gotten even a likely, that's a likely even. So can you tell me when it looks like this precipitation might start? Because it's quite sunny and clear out right now.
So it's going to be moving south to north generally. Down in the south and central parts of the Willamette Valley, so from Eugene to Salem, we see that precipitation moving in overnight tonight and then pushing into the Portland area tomorrow morning. Currently looking like probably somewhere between about 8 and 10 a.m. is when we'll see the first winter precipitation here in the Portland area.
How cold is it expected to be tomorrow morning in Portland area?
So it will be below freezing. Currently, temperatures looking like they'll be anywhere from the mid to upper 20s as that precipitation moves in tomorrow. And we are expecting that to start as snow, but there will be some questions of what type of precipitation that will be, as I'm sure we'll get into in a little bit here.
Yeah, so what, why don't you tell me about that? If it's going to start as snow, that seems good, at least for those of us who like to go sledding. But then what?
So as we go through the day, we're going to stay right near or below freezing on the ground. However, above the ground, we're going to have warmer air moving in aloft. And what that means is we're likely going to transition from snow over to freezing rain at some point during the day tomorrow, looking like probably in the afternoon in the Portland area. I should
Mhm.
also state that farther south towards Salem and Eugene, we're likely to see that change over much earlier. So if you're in the Salem or Eugene areas, we'll probably be dealing with freezing rain as early as late tonight or tomorrow morning for those areas.
Wow.
But for Portland, probably light snow transitioning to freezing rain during the afternoon tomorrow.
And that freezing rain will be falling on freezing ground. So are we expecting icy roads?
I would say that is probable, particularly for the afternoon commute tomorrow, afternoon and evening commute.
Hmm.
How much remains a question,
Hmm.
but it is fair to say that we would expect some slick roads at a minimum as we get into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening in the Portland area.
And if we do get snow starting, let's focus on the good for just a minute. In the morning, or not in the morning, yeah, morning, like 8, you said, 8 to 10. How much? What is the accumulation expected?
So looking pretty light at this time. So the ground is cold enough that we would expect that snow to accumulate. However, the amounts look pretty low. So right now, looking like a dusting of snow in most areas. The high end scenario looks like around an inch of snow.
Okay,
But right now, we would expect just a dusting of snow on the ground before we see that transition over to freezing rain.
okay, that's a bummer for those of us who like to sled, but or drive or go anywhere. But so then Thursday night, how long is that freezing rain expected to last?
So right now, it looks like we're going to see that precipitation last into Friday morning. There is some question again about the type as we go Thursday night into Friday morning. Kind of a wintry mix where we could see snow or freezing rain happening. A degree or two either direction is going to make all the difference. So
Hmm.
just looks like kind of a mess of wintry precipitation as we go Thursday night into Friday morning. Amounts don't look that heavy, so again, it's just going to be kind of slick surfaces, likely to impact the Friday morning commute. But in terms of amounts and type, still figuring out those forecast details. But regardless, it is safe to say that we expect slippery conditions for the Friday morning commute.
For Valentine's Day too. And how is it supposed to warm up at all on Friday, or are we just gonna be slipping and sliding all day into the weekend?
So fortunately, it does look like by Friday afternoon, temperatures should rise well above freezing. So
Okay.
any additional precipitation once we get beyond Friday morning should be in the form of rain. So it
Okay.
does look like we should start to warm up and climb out of this winter precipitation by the time Friday afternoon rolls around.
Okay. So we're not looking at, hopefully not like a week of frozen streets, maybe a day.
Yes, fortunately, it does look like this will be relatively short-lived.
Okay. Well, that's good. And maybe tomorrow we'll talk again, or I'll talk to someone at the weather service again tomorrow. Great. So, what kind of precautions do you think people should take today to get ready for tomorrow?
I would say mainly just be aware that we are going to have slick conditions developing during the day tomorrow. So
Mhm.
even though when you leave the house tomorrow, the roads might look okay, expect to be dealing with worse conditions for the drive home.
Hmm.
So just be mindful of that and be prepared for slippery surfaces and longer commute than you would normally have.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And I'm like, is there going to be school tomorrow? Obviously, you don't know, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Right now, we're talking on Wednesday morning, so it depends on when you see this. What the outcome for the schools will be. Okay. Well, is there anything else you think we need to know?
Well, I think that's the main thing is just to be prepared for adverse travel conditions. I also should mention that although we don't expect widespread power outages, certainly something we've seen in the past with these ice events. So
Hmm.
people should also take those precautions, be
Hmm.
prepared to spend some time without power. Again, I would like to stress that that is not something we expect to see widespread in this event, but
Okay.
whenever we're talking about ice accumulation, that is a possibility, at least in isolated pockets. So that would be another precaution to prepare for.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it,